My most memorable experience was an assault on the Siegfried line. We had taken a hill, and I was embedded in a foxhole on top of the hill, and a tank pulled up about 20 or 30 yards to my left and stopped on top of the hill. And the commander came over to check with me because I had seen a pillbox, and he wanted to direct fire on the pillbox because artillery could not hit the pillbox. We were over and short, over and short, and over and short. So he jumped out and ran over to where I was and said, "Show me the pillbox." And about that time, the shells started landing on us. And they surrounded us and banged on us. And finally, they hit the tank, and the tank exploded and blew up and kept us pinned down for about an hour, blowing up and the ammunition inside it. And I was tucked down in that foxhole as deep as I could get, and felt pretty comfortable down under there. So that was a memorable experience.
Well, I got a write-up here on my award of a Bronze Star, and it says, Private First Class Sergeant Berrien and several members of his squad assaulted and held a position which offered no cover from excellent enemy observation and subjected to hostile artillery, mortar, and small arms fire. Private Class Berrien and his companions held their position against enemy counterattacks even after 4 of their comrades were seriously wounded. In doing so, they enabled the platoon to hold a dominating piece of terrain. Private First Class Berrien and his courage and devotion to duty reflects great credit upon himself in military service. And that was one of them bonsai attacks where the Japanese had let us be on Okinawa for a couple of weeks, and then they decided that they would come out of their hiding places that night and come rushing towards us en masse, just a big group of them. And you wondered when it was going to stop, but we survived. I didn't even know that 4 of my comrades were injured.
Anyone else want to add?
My most memorable experience is when I was rescuing wounded soldiers at our river crossing. And at one point I was standing up, and then I got hit by artillery fire, and the next minute I was on the ground bleeding profusely from both legs. And that's an experience I'll never forget.
I think the most surprising thing that happened while I was there was I walked into the hospital one day going to my clinic, and that was in Denver, Colorado. And as I walked off the elevator, there were stretchers end to end that were from every side of the hallway, all the way down and all the way back to where they were. And these soldiers had been flown in from Okinawa and Iwo Jima the night before, and they were waiting. This is stretcher to stretcher all the way around. They were waiting to be taken care of, and I was so surprised, and yet it was very emotional.